The Miami Heat will look to improve to 7-4 in Monday's home game against the Cleveland Cavaliers at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, though they'll be without their star big man for a third consecutive game. Bam Adebayo is still dealing with a sprained left big toe he sustained in Wednesday's loss to the Denver Nuggets, and he'll be held out of Monday's Eastern Conference duel, according to the NBA's official injury report. Adebayo appeared in 7 games before sustaining the injury Wednesday, averaging 22.4 points, 9.1 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.1 steals per game during that span. Now he'll join All-Star guard Tyler Herro, who has yet to make his season debut, on the sidelines once again. What Bam Adebayo's absence means for Heat. With Adebayo sidelined during the Heat's last 2 games, the team started second-year center Kel'el Ware in his place. Ware will likely join the starting 5 again Monday. During that span, the team has also started Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, Pelle Larsson, and Andrew Wiggins. Powell and Wiggins will likely continue to lead Miami's offensive attack with Herro and Adebayo out. Nikola Jovic also logged a season-high 31 minutes off the bench without Adebayo in Saturday's win over Portland, and he has averaged 19.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 2.5 steals in 25.0 minutes per contest over Miami's last 2 games. As for Adebayo, his next opportunity to play will come in Wednesday's rematch against Cleveland. The Heat are expected to provide an update on the 28-year-old's status by Tuesday night. The Miami Heat are not the same team they were in the past. They are usually an excellent defensive team that slows the game down and forces opponents to play in the half-court. However, something has changed this year. Miami has become one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, and it is not by accident. I think a lot of guys will tell you we did a lot of running in training camp and even preseason leading up. We were always doing drills to get us conditioned. It's prepared us for this. We feel very confident in our conditioning going into the third quarter, fourth quarter. We know that we can lean on that and understand that we put the work in to get our bodies in the best shape possible, Jamie Jaquez said, per Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. Miami has adopted a new style of play this season. They want to push the ball and get points in transition. The Heat are intentional in their work on the offensive side of the court, and it is showing through the first 11 games of the year. How sustainable is the Heat's offensive production? Miami is not usually a strong offensive team. In the last 5 years, Miami has finished 24th, 26th, 30th, 17th, and 25th in points per game. Under Eric Spoelstra, the Heat have always been a team that does not score at a high rate. In fact, Miami has been heavily reliant on their play on the defensive end of the court in the past. This year, the Heat have changed the way they play. Miami runs the court, and they're scoring at a franchise record pace. In fact, 3 of their 11 highest-scoring games in history have come in the first 11 games this season, including their 140-point win on Monday night. Miami leads the NBA in points per game, 125.5. They are second in assists, 30.5, 6th in field goal percentage, 49.6%, and 7th in field goals attempted, 91.6. Miami is not only taking plenty of shots, but they're making sure those shots are high quality. What makes the offensive start even more impressive is Miami has been without a few key players. Bam Adebayo is dealing with a sprained toe, and he has missed 3 games this year. Tyler Herro, on the other hand, has yet to make his season debut. These 2 players will only make the Heat a stronger team when they return from injury. The Heat have sacrificed defense for offense. Having a high-scoring offense does not always translate to wins. If it did, the Heat would be better than 7-4 this year. Instead, a lot of the time, it sacrifices the play on the defensive end of the court. Playing fast forces the other team to match the energy, which makes the game a shootout. Miami has been great defensively in the past, but this year has been different. The Heat are allowing the 7th most points per game, 119.8, second most shots attempted, 97.2, and the most second-chance points, 19.5. Despite this, Miami still has the 7th best defensive rating. Hope is not lost, but the Heat need to find a way to play better defensively. But their offensive style of play has changed, and it looks to be sustainable over the season. They will not average over 125 points per game all year, but scoring will carry this team. A ton of rumors have surrounded Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant as of late regarding recent comments on his lack of joy with the team, as the one other franchise that has been connected to the star in a potential trade is the Miami Heat. As people within the basketball world are coming up with trade proposals to send Morant to the Heat from the Grizzlies, one team insider has added fuel to the fire. Ira Winderman of the Sun Sentinel would speak to Frank Isola and Brian Scalabrine as he was asked if he could see a possibility of Morant ending up in Miami. He would see it, explaining why, as the team is Pat Riley's home for distressed players, and makes the example with Tim Hardaway in 1996. Yes, yes, and yes, because that's who Pat Riley is, Winderman said. It's Pat Riley's home for distressed players. And I will take this back to 1996. Tim Hardaway is taken out of the starting lineup by Rick Adelman. Bum knees, his career was over. He's a shot player. Who would take a chance on him? Boom. Not mentioned in the clip, but the other recent distressed player that came to the Heat was Jimmy Butler back in 2021 from the Philadelphia 76ers. What resulted was a successful tenure that saw Miami reach 2 NBA Finals, but it would end in an ugly way last season before he was dealt to the Golden State Warriors. More within the basketball world could see Ja Morant with the Heat. While there appears to be tension with Morant and Grizzlies head coach Tuomas Isalo, the move to the Heat could fit since the team has changed its offensive philosophy to fit that of Memphis from last season. As Miami ranks first in pace with 106.95 possessions per 48 minutes, adding Morant could make them dangerous, as even former player Kevin Garnett could see the 26-year-old with the Heat. I actually thought, Ja to Miami, you know why? Miami got some structure. You ain't just down there doing the FK you want. You down there in some real structure to make you a professional. They might be the last to have a real culture, where when you come in, you're actually better, Garnett said on his show, KG Certified. At any rate, it remains to be seen what will happen between Morant and Memphis.